Hello, this is the recording for week 7. The Unit 7 discussion, you're to discuss what you found interesting in the course, ask questions about the final project if you have any. The initial response is due Wednesday, 3 responses due by Sunday. No APA references required this week because we'll be discussing opinions about the course. Do not forget you need to participate during week 8, and there is a graded discussion for week 8. Please do not post to the week 8 discussion until Monday. So the week 8 discussion is due on Monday instead of the normal Wednesday. No replies are required, but are welcome if you want to make them. Final grades will be available by Wednesday of week 8. Excuse me. The Unit 7 assignment, sometimes I refer to it as the final project, so you'll know what I'm talking about. It's due Sunday at 11:59. Now, if we go to the final project or the week 7 assignment, you'll see 2 files that are attached. The sales production is a PDF, and you'll use this information for your memo and this information for your table in Excel. And then the template, when you open it, you have to enable it to be edited, and this is what you will use to create your business letter. So I've done a little bit somewhere. I thought I opened it. Maybe not. Yeah, so I did a little bit. I typed in, this is where the sender's name goes, title, and company. Now, if you go back to the assignment, it says here that your boss, Jerry Jenkins, has asked you to type a letter for him. From him to the Vice President of Marketing, who's Mark Sanguion, or however you say that. Jerry Jenkins is the boss. He's the Director of Research, so his name is going to go up here. It doesn't really give us a company name, so you can make up one. You can make up the address and everything, and the telephone and email. Just make them up because they're part of the letter. Then you want to put in the date, the recipient's name and title, so we know the recipient is Mark, and he's the Vice President of Marketing. So that's what goes there, and then after his name and title, you want to put his contact information. Now, since they work at the same company, you don't have to add the address, but you should put his contact information. Then you can say dear in the recipient's name, title if you want, doesn't necessarily need to be there. Then you're going to have paragraphs 1 and 2, and these are from the PDF file. So there's paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. And then you're going to insert your table. You're going to do a page break and then type a paragraph 3, insert the chart, type paragraph 4, type sincerely, and then you leave a space about 3 lines. It's already in there for you in the template. Then you're going to put the sender's name, title, and company. And usually we have the contact information down there as well, but that doesn't matter since it's up at the top. So that takes care of the letter. So for the letter, you're using what it says here. Now let me tell you that there's a typographical error in paragraph 1, and there's an error, a grammar error in paragraph 4. So you have to figure out what doesn't sound right in paragraph 1 and what would be better for paragraph 4. Those are the 2 corrections that you have to make. Then once you've typed out your letter, of course you haven't inserted the table and the chart yet because we haven't created them. You're not going to create them in Word, you're going to create them in Excel. So the sales data in this information here does not go in the memo, it goes in Excel. So you see that I've typed out a chart, a table. I put the sales data, I put the headings. I did not put a heading here in the quarters because it will mess it up. Then I put Q1, Q2, Q3, and I formatted it with a color that I like, so you format however you want. But this is how you make the table. Then when you go to select your information, don't select the sales data, because then your table won't look right. You select the headings, the quarters, and the numbers. Then you go to Insert, and you go to this little line chart thing. So you're going to pick one, and that's basically how it's going to look. Now it doesn't tell us to move it to another chart, another sheet. I would, however, change this name to sales data. Because that looks more professional. So this is what your chart is supposed to look like. If it doesn't look like this, then you've either selected the information wrong, or you have extra columns, or you have done something else that's not quite right. So this is how your chart should look. Then we have to copy these things into Word. So you're going to select all of the table, click Copy, go over to your Word document, and then where it says to insert the table, you're going to insert it by what's called Paste Special. And this is Paste Special, or Paste, and you do the little arrow, and here's the Paste Special. When you click Paste Special, it gives you this option, Microsoft Excel Worksheet Object, because you copied a table. You're going to use that and click OK. Takes a minute. Now you see that it looks just like it does in Excel. Has the lines, the colors, and everything. So that's what I expect. If I don't see that, then I'm going to count it off. And then, of course, you can get rid of that little insert table thing there. You don't need that. Then we need to do a page break after paragraph, after the table, or after paragraph 3, either one. To do a page break, you go to the Insert menu, and you do a page break, and it brings you over to the second page. And then you can insert the chart. So we're going to take that away, and we're going to go back to our table. We're going to highlight our chart. Now make sure it highlights the whole thing. We're going to copy it, go back to Word, and go back to Home and click Paste Special. And this time you'll see it has a Microsoft Excel chart object, because that's what we copied. So you're going to use that one. And then it'll paste it in there. Now it's too big, so you can just use the corner to make it smaller. If you use the corner, then it makes it smaller by proportionately. If you do this, and you see it can make it look strange. Now you can also make it a little smaller here. That might help too, to make it show up better, because you see that it's sort of small words and everything. But that's basically how you do that. Then you type paragraph 4. Now it depends on where you did the page break. If you did it before the paragraph 3, you got to put paragraph 3 in there. Otherwise, you do it the other way. So let's go back and see if I've missed anything. So you see in the PowerPoint, I kind of gave you the idea of the things that you need to do. Then you can look at the PowerPoint and see that I've pointed to everything that you need. And then I talked about inserting. Now, you need to name the files correctly. So if we go back to the assignment, it tells you to save the spreadsheet as business sales data, first name, last name. Save the letter as business sales letter, first name, last name. And that is part of the grade. So you're going to put them both in the week 7 folder. Right click on that folder and send it to a compressed file. Now you don't have to do all of the folders, just week 7. Otherwise you're giving me a whole lot of things that I don't need. And that's basically how you're going to do that. Now I wanted to show you the checklist that I created. Because you know I use the rubric that's attached to the assignment. But it's easier for me if I can just check things off. So here's the rubric. Right here. And this is how I figure out your grade, as I decide which of these it falls in. But on the checklist, I've actually specified you use the business letter template, you named them correctly, you didn't have any spelling or grammar errors. Now, you need to check spelling. Remember to check the spelling. You go to Review and Spelling and Grammar. And the 2 errors probably won't show up on those because they're the best case scenario, so it's not going to see them as an error. But those 2 are the things that you need to correct, plus any spelling grammar that Word finds. Then you have the content of the letter, and when it says personalized signature, that means you had the sender's name, title, and company. So that's how the boss's name, his title, and his company. That makes it personalized. Let's go back. Then you have to turn in the Excel spreadsheet. I will check your data to make sure you entered it in the table correctly, that you have the correct headings, that you created the chart, and that it was saved in the spreadsheet. Then you're going to merge that by copying and pasting the table and the chart into the document, and that they're in the correct location. So if we go back, remember that the table comes after paragraph 2, the chart comes after paragraph 3, and it shows you here in this PDF file where they go. And it's best if you create a page break either after paragraph 3 or before paragraph 3. It doesn't matter to me which one of those you do, but that's so it'll not be on the same page, and that is where the correct locations come. And this is worth 200 points. And you see I've named them according to the rubric. So the rubric has a formatting section, a content section, Excel, and a merge section. So that's how I'm figuring out. Then once I figure out which one of these you go in, that will determine your grade in that section, and that's what these score points are for. Then I'll tally it up, and that will be your grade for this particular project or assignment. I do allow time to make corrections, but it's only until Tuesday night because I have to do all the grading on Wednesday, and therefore I can't give you that much time. I will get all of these graded on Monday, even if it takes me till midnight. Then on Tuesday you can make corrections. Just on this one. All corrections before week 7, for week 5 and 6 I think will still be available, but they have to be done on Sunday. Week 7 has to be done by Tuesday. And that's all I have. So if you have any questions, please let me know.